50 short stories. Medieval England. In the shadow of castles and cathedrals, the smallest hearts shine brightest. The Cloak and the Ring. The rain had not stopped for 3 days. It came down in fine, unbroken threads, as though heaven itself were mourning England. On the narrow road towards the coast, a young messenger urged his weary horse onward, hooves sinking deep into the sodden earth. His name was Edric, son of no one of note, and yet, that day, the fate of a kingdom rested in his keeping. Within his leather satchel lay a gold ring, wrapped carefully in waxed cloth, the royal seal of King Harold, bound for his brother Gurth, still raising men north of London. But the wind carried dark tidings that Harold had fallen at Hastings, and the crown of England was already lost. Edric slowed as the rain thinned to mist. From beneath his cloak he drew the ring, turning it in his palm. He had never held gold before. It gleamed dimly, catching what little light filtered through the gray morning, a small sun in a world of mud. "Strange thing, isn't it?" said a voice behind him. "How a man may carry a king's fortune in his pocket." He spun round. From the trees stepped a woman, wrapped in brown wool, her hair hidden under a rough hood. She carried a basket of herbs and smiled with quiet amusement. "You've ridden far," she said. "I could hear your horse breath before I saw you." "From London," Edric answered wearily. "I'm bound for the coast." "You'll not reach it before dark," she said, glancing at the heavy sky. "Come, there's shelter close by. A hearth and bread that's not yet gone hard." He hesitated, then followed her through the dripping wood. Her hut was small, but tidy, the air fragrant with thyme and smoke. She hung her cloak near the fire and gestured for him to do the same. "You ride for the king?" she asked. "I did," he said quietly, "but the king may be gone now." She stirred the embers with a stick. "Then you ride for England," she murmured. "That's harder work." They shared her simple meal: coarse bread, a bit of cheese, water from a clay jug. Edric spoke haltingly of the battle, of the fall of the house banners, of the ground red with rain and blood. She listened without a word, save for the softest sigh. "When men fight," she said at last, "women plant. When kings fall, children still must eat. The world turns, messenger, even when crowns do not." When he rose to leave, she handed him a small bundle wrapped in linen, a sprig of lavender tied with thread. "For the road," she said, smiling faintly, "and for memory, you'll need both." Outside the storm had eased. The sky was bruised purple over the fields, and a pale light spread across the hills. Edric thanked her and rode on, but before long he heard voices ahead. Norman scouts, their harsh speech carried by the wind. He turned his horse aside, hiding among the trees. The ring felt heavy in his hand, colder than before. For a heartbeat he thought of throwing it into the dark, ending the burden. Yet the woman's words echoed in his mind. "You ride for England." He clenched his fist and pressed on. By dawn, he reached the cliffs. The sea lay before him like a sheet of hammered silver. He dismounted, knelt upon the wet grass, and set the ring upon the earth. The sky lighted slowly as if the sun itself were weary. "If kings have fallen," he whispered, "then let the land remember them. Let the people stand in their place." He rose, wind tugging at his cloak, lifting it wide like a banner. Down below, a fisherman claimed later he had seen a glimmer of gold rise with the morning, though whether it was the ring or the light of a new day No one could say. He lingered a while by the edge of the cliff, watching the gulls tilt then turn against the wind. The air smelt of salt and seaweed, sharp and alive, washing away the smoke of war that had clung to his clothes. For the first time in days, the world seemed white again, and not just a field of battle. In the distance, he could see smoke rising from a few huts, a fishing hamlet untouched by kings or conquest. Somewhere down there, a woman would be kneading bread, a child chasing a chicken through the sand, a man mending nets with steady hands. England in its truest shape, still breathing beneath the noise of history. Edric smiled faintly. The lavender the healer had given him lay crushed in his palm, releasing its clean, quiet scent. He tucked it inside his cloak, beside his heart. Whatever came next, Normans, new laws, new lords, there would still be work, laughter, song, and the small kindness of strangers. He turned from the sea and began walking inland, the dawn at his back, the wind carrying his steps. No one would write his name in any chronicle, yet in his own small way, he had kept a promise to deliver something far greater than a ring. Hope. Thank you.